Greetings everyone. Over the weekend we found a abandoned pigeon, baby pigeon. He's probably about a week old and the parents apparently are not there. I think they got ran over by a car. So we decided to take him home, and it's a big responsibility to raise a baby pigeon because there's a time commitment. I believe from reading on the internet they said you have to feed it every 5 hours at a minimum, and make sure the sac that's underneath the throat area is always full. Otherwise you'll starve to death. The other thing is you have to create a little feeding device, because the pigeons, unlike a robin where it just opens its mouth and then the parents put food into the mouth, into the bird, a pigeon would actually go the reverse, which is the parent would open the mouth and the pigeon will find its way into the mouth and get the food from there. So you got to create something that the baby bird can go put the beak into and get the food out. It's real simple. We actually created a device using a water bottle, cutting it out with a little latex thing at the end so the food doesn't come out, and the bird will just guide the bird into the mouth of the opening of the bottle, and then it will just get the food. You can use your hand, your fingers to push down the food and get it into the mouth. And he's hungry right now, I believe. So let's take him out and feed him. Let's turn our attention to our little bird here. Okay, right now we had him, today's the second day he's been here, and we put him in a little plastic bowl, filled it up with shaved paper, shredded paper. You want to, every time you feed him, you want to leave him, you want to take him out to with a newspaper so that he can kind of run around, make sure it doesn't fall off. And to pick him up, be very gentle. Let's go get him right now. See, he's thinking that there's food in my hand. He's trying to go get into it. He doesn't bite. It doesn't hurt. So once his wings are spread, you just reach from behind, and you would pick him up. In this area here, you see this area. He's actually full right now. See how big this pouch is? That's where he stores the food. So he's fine. He's good. And we're going to put him down. And at the meantime, we'll also change out his nest here with fresh paper. So we'll lay him down here. And let's do a feeding. Alright. So this is the device. And he's already familiar with this. You see how he's going for it? He stuck his head in. And for some reason he likes to go around the bottle, the opening of the bottle. But he'll go stick his face in there and it'll actually open up. And if you can see, doesn't have much feathers right now. He's still probably a week old. So this is our little milk bottle here, feeding the birdie. Kind of move your finger around so that he can actually get the food, because once the beak goes in, it creates a cavity and he's not getting it. So you gotta kind of push this. This is a homemade mix here. You can also get a mix from the pet store, which is also good. But he likes this mix here. Let's go look from the behind, from the back. His wing is opened up to kind of balance. He actually got his strength back, because when we found him, that little pouch that I showed you earlier, it was very, very small. But now, after a couple of feedings, he's actually running around in his nest, gets excited when we come home. And I think he recognized us already, because he would actually kind of walk towards us. He wants to be held and stuff like that, so it's kind of interesting. Like I said, you have to make sure you feed the bird. It's a big responsibility. It's not, you can't just leave him alone for hours and hours. Every 5 hours he has to eat. He's just a baby. He doesn't even have any, well, all his feathers are not fully grown yet. So, and the thing is, after this feeding here, you want to leave him in this paper that I've laid out while you're changing out his nest. You don't want to leave him out because he's going to be pooping. So watch out. It goes really, really fast, really soon, right after he eats. So you might want to hold him after he poops. He doesn't really drink any water. This mix is mixed with water. And the temperature, you gotta make sure, we actually microwave this after we crushed it up. And after microwave, what you want to do is you want to stick your fingers in there. Can you see? You want to stick your fingers into the mix, and if it burns your finger, it is not ready. It's too hot, so you gotta. He's actually biting. Now you don't want it. You don't want the food to be cold either, because they might get an infection from that. So probably around 90 to 100 degrees, or just use your fingers and stick it into the mix. If it feels burning, then you gotta cool it down. Put it in a little bowl of water or something, and let it sit for a second or a minute or two until it is hot, but it doesn't burn your fingers. So he ate probably 4 ounces, maybe even 5 ounces. Oh, well, I don't know how many ounces. Maybe 2 ounces. This is I don't know how big this water bottle is. And it'll take a little bit of time for him to get used to the bottle. Some people use hands, so you don't really need to buy anything from the store. The syringes are actually the squirt method. I would not recommend, because you have to open up the beak and force it down the throat, which, you know, these are delicate. It's a delicate bird. So I'm trying to see if I can show you his mouth when he goes into the bottle. He actually opens up and try to get food. Maybe not. He's probably done. Let me see if I can squeeze some of this in, and maybe you can see it. It's a clear bottle. He's pecking through it, and yeah, he ate most of it. So he's kind of ugly right now. He has no feathers, but he is full. Look at his belly. His belly is actually up here. See how big this is? So we're gonna get a little towel. I'm gonna put him down. Get a little towel to wipe his face. And you don't actually have to hold him to wipe his face. You just pretend this is a food thing, like the mouth of his mom, and he'll go through it and he'll sort of wipe his own face. And he chips a lot. That's normal. And it also sounds like a clucking sound, like a chicken. So we wipe him down. Be very gentle. Got some food over here on his side. Alright, we'll try to make a video of him every day to see if he's growing, how he's doing. Let's zoom in to see what it looks like. And he's happy right now because he's got a big belly. Really full here. And see, he's not afraid of the hand. He's actually trying to crawl into my hand for some reason. Should I leave it open? Well, maybe, okay. He's not going for it right now, but let's see if he... It's kind of slippery. His fur is... He's getting some feather back here. He's doing much better than yesterday. He wasn't enthused about food at all. But now he's eating. He's eating, that's good. Eating and pooping. So while he's stretching out over here in the playground, and he's going to be pooping soon, I'm going to go and switch out his nest there, his little nest. Alright, he's happy, he's tired. He's gonna be going to sleep. It's also good to kind of cover up the nest at night, or when you're not around. Just put a piece of paper or a cloth, or, well, maybe not a cloth, but just a piece of paper, newspaper, over it. And he'll calm down, he'll have some good rest. Make sure it's not too noisy around the area. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll keep track of this guy. Alright, so whoa, let's zoom the other way. Alright, so until then, we'll talk in tomorrow. Alright, say bye bye. Here, let me get this guy. See his belly there. Look how big it is. Right here. If you look at the back, it's like full. Alright, baby pigeon. Day 1. See ya.